Wonderful people, viewers and subscribers, you're welcome back again. This is BVI Channel 1, where we tell you undiluted truth. Africans, draw closer and listen to this very young man that is digging it out the way it is. I cannot say better. I'll be right back.
So Togo should be next. There cannot be any justification for Fonya Singbe to continue to be in power under the watch of ECOWAS. Look, I think that ECOWAS has tolerated the situation of Togo much too much. You know what they did? In 2005, Fonya Singbe, Eyadema died. They quickly installed Fonya Singbe as president. Then it took Kufuor and Obasanjo to say, no, you cannot do that. They organize symbolic elections. If you go to places like Sakode, Buffalo, Mango, no ballot, nobody came there to in 2005. They declared elections from those places and said that Fonya Singbe had won the elections. Nobody went there, no electoral officer went into those communities, and elections were declared. In 2005, up to date, Fonya Singbe is still president of Togo, taking over from his father and probably grooming his children to come and take over from him. How do you tolerate such situation when ECOWAS is sitting down and not talking? African Union is comfortable with such situations. Go to Equatorial Guinea. The president has appointed his son as vice president, to which the son is the higher apparent, is the successor. The African Union is happy about that. You know the son. The son is the one that will go and jerry or curly the hair, right? And be in the 9 clubs. Just as Umar, was it Ali Bongo, was a rock star.
A rock star, yeah.
You understand? Messing up. You go and say that is the vice president. So the president and the vice president comes from the same bed. Not the same room, the same bed. We sat here. Macky Sall is engaged in madness. Macky Sall is engaged in madness.
Senegal.
You want to run for a third term, the opposition says no. You go around and use the judiciary to intimidate the judiciary, so much that you say Osman Sonko had gone to rape a lady. You went to court, you could not prove it. And the court turned around to say that Osman Sonko's actions were corrupting the youth, for which reason he must go to jail for 2 years. By the time he comes out of jail, the elections for which he was going to contest is over. That is not madness. The African Union cannot talk about Senegal. The ECOWAS cannot talk about Senegal. Then you have Alassane Ouattara, another mad one there, who came and said, look, his term, 2 terms had ended. Then he anointed people. Anytime he anointed and said, you are going to be my successor, Kwame, you die.
The person dies. Mysteriously.
Somehow, about 3 people that he anointed.
Then he will come back.
All of them died. Anytime he said, oh, you will succeed me. If it's this person, I will not contest. Then the person will die. The final one was, what's the name of this man? Koulibaly.
Koulibaly died mysteriously.
Koulibaly just broke out from the office. He couldn't get home. He died. Then after Koulibaly's death, the man said, I'm going to contest again. So can we say that you killed all those people that you claimed that they were going to succeed you, so that you can come back? And today he got a 3rd term. And all our presidents, in fact, Ghana's president went there to go and issue felicitations, to congratulate him. That is madness. That is coup d'etat on the people of Cote d'Ivoire. As for Paul Biya, the least said about it, the man doesn't stay in Cameroon. Yeah. He is in Switzerland. He comes to Cameroon on National Day. He comes to Cameroon on Elections Day. And when he's coming, he cannot walk. They carry him. And then he will sit down with his grandchildren. Then they say, go and vote. He votes. When he finishes, they will carry him back to Switzerland whilst the elections are being counted. When the elections are declared, they bring him back to come and say he is sworn in as president. The African Union wants to be relevant in the face of all this kind of madness that is going on among African leaders, and these African leaders will have the temerity to come and sit at the AU and be talking.
Museveni thing.
I am tired. It's okay.
Good. That is one thing common among many political leaders in Africa. Grip to power. They want to remain in power perpetually. They see democracy as a monarchy system. They want to be in power and transfer same to their children. And they are always the most preferred by the Western power, so that their puppets will remain in power to their own advantage. This is the case everywhere, including Nigeria, which may look better than others. You may say, oh, these guys, oh, you just have 8 years. You know, Obasanjo actually tried to have elongate his term in office by trying to put in third term. But that was truncated, fine and good. But let me tell you, the same system of these politicians circulating themselves in power, and at the end of the day, they hand over to their children, handling different economic sector. That is how complex Nigerian situation is. Very complex. You may say, oh, it is not just one person, but it is still the same people. The same people from governorship to being Senate, from Senate to being ministerial appointee or an ambassador or this, heading different parastatals or the other. And when they are done, their children are already occupying seats. Go to the National Assembly today, you have former governors' children in Federal House of Representatives. Even at the Senate, former President Yaradua, his son was a senator. And I think he is. Up to now. The same is applicable, so they'll keep circulating themselves. The ruling class, they call themselves. The ruling class. Whereas we are the subject class. The subject class, the poor masses, which are always being used. That is the irony of the whole thing. You will not see their children or their families carrying ballot balls and rigging elections for them. It is still the poor masses, the suffering masses of Africa that are being used to rig election, that are being used as political talks, that are being used to carry ballot balls, to intimidate others from voting, just like we witnessed in Nigeria this year, especially during the presidential election. Until the Nigerian people and Africans as a whole recognizes this and stop being used, that is the only time they can smell anything good governance. That's the only time you can end this madness of people having a grip on power for 30 years, 40 years, 55 years, as we had in Gabon. After Omar Bongo, he handed over to Ali Bongo, his son. And he prepared his own son also to take over. That is the madness. So we are pushing this sensitization, GGM Africa, waking up Africans to speak up and stop being used by their oppressors, and they continue being victims of bad governance. Keep sharing these messages. It is hitting target. It is raising the consciousness of African people to do the needful. I'm Asuchiro De Peters, the advocate for good governance and the Bishop General, Archbishop of Good Governance Ministry. Don't get it twisted. It is not a religious organization. It is a crusade, a message, revolutionary message for the ballot revolution and political revolution across Africa, so that Africans will have a taste of good governance. Help me share this video if you believe in this message. Drop your comment. I want to have your opinion on this. Bye-bye for now.